Hello, friends. Today we are going on an exciting journey through time, thousands of years back, to an era when there were no cities, no technology, and not even writing. Imagine, only wild nature, endless forests, cold caves, and people. Yes, just like us, but living in a completely different world. How did they survive? What did they eat? How did they communicate? And most importantly, how did they manage not only to survive but also to lay the foundations of our civilization? Today, we will learn how people lived in the Stone Age, and believe me, their lives were far more interesting than they might seem at first glance. Let's go. So, let's start from the very beginning. The Stone Age is a vast period in human history that lasted millions of years. It is conventionally divided into three stages: the Paleolithic, Old Stone Age, the Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age, and the Neolithic, New Stone Age. Each of these stages was unique in its own way. The Paleolithic is the longest period of the Stone Age, beginning around 2.6 million years ago and ending approximately 10,000 years BCE. It was an era of ice ages, harsh climates, and a constant struggle for survival. People of the Paleolithic were nomads. They did not build permanent homes but moved from place to place in search of food. Their main activity was hunting large animals such as mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, bison, and deer. Hunting was dangerous and challenging. People used spears with stone tips, traps, and drove animals into traps as a group. But hunting was only half the story. Women and children gathered berries, roots, mushrooms, nuts, and anything else edible. This was a crucial contribution to the tribe's survival, especially when hunting was unsuccessful. Tools in the Paleolithic were primitive but effective. People used stones to make hand axes, scrapers, and knives. These tools helped them butcher prey, process hides, and even create the first ornaments. Fire was a real breakthrough. People learned to create and use it for warmth, cooking, and protection from predators. Imagine how this changed their lives. They could now eat not only raw meat but also cooked food, which made it safer and tastier. The Paleolithic saw the first signs of art. People began painting on cave walls and creating ornaments from bone and stone. These drawings, such as the famous frescoes in the Lascaux cave, still amaze us with their beauty and mystery. Scientists believe these images may have had ritual significance or served as a way to pass down knowledge. The Mesolithic is the transitional period between the Paleolithic and Neolithic, lasting from approximately 10,000 to 6,000 years BCE. This was a time when the Earth's climate began to change. Glaciers retreated, and nature became more favorable for life. With the warming climate, large animals like mammoths began to die out. People started hunting smaller game: deer, wild boars, and hares. Bows and arrows appeared, making hunting more efficient. In the Mesolithic, people began using boats and nets for fishing. This was an important step in development, as fish became an additional food source. People also continued gathering, but now they could find more plant-based food thanks to the warmer climate. One of the most important achievements of the Mesolithic was the domestication of dogs. Dogs became loyal hunting companions and protectors against wild animals. They also kept their owners warm on cold nights. Small stone tools used as arrowheads or inserts in wooden tools. They were more precise and effective than Paleolithic tools. People began exploring water spaces, allowing them to expand their territories and catch fish in larger quantities. In the Mesolithic, people started building more permanent shelters using wood, animal hides, and bones. This period saw the first ornaments made of bone and shells, as well as cave paintings depicting hunting scenes and rituals. Mesolithic people already buried their dead with special ceremonies, indicating the development of spiritual beliefs. The Neolithic is the period that began around 10,000 years ago and marked the transition from hunting and gathering to agriculture and animal husbandry. This was a true agricultural revolution. People began cultivating plants such as wheat, barley, and peas, as well as raising animals like goats, sheep, cows, and pigs. This allowed them to adopt a sedentary lifestyle and create permanent settlements. In the Neolithic, The first large settlements appeared, such as Çatalhöyük in Turkey and Jericho in Palestine. These cities were surrounded by walls for protection against enemies and wild animals. People learned to make clay pottery, which allowed them to store food and water. The first fabrics made from wool and plant fibers appeared. Tools became more advanced, with grinding and polishing techniques. In the Neolithic, art and religion became integral parts of people's lives. They created figurines of gods, decorated their homes with ornaments, and performed rituals related to agriculture and fertility. People of the Stone Age lived in small tribes, where everyone had a role. Hunters provided meat, women and children gathered plants, and artisans created tools and ornaments. Shamans conducted rituals, treated illnesses, and communicated with spirits. Tribes exchanged resources, formed alliances through marriage, and sometimes engaged in conflicts. Rituals such as initiations or harvest festivals helped strengthen group cohesion. People believed in spirits of nature, animals, and ancestors, and shamans acted as intermediaries between worlds. Art, cave paintings, and music expressed their beliefs and emotions. There was no strict hierarchy in the tribe, but elders and leaders were respected for their knowledge and experience. Children learned survival skills from an early age, and teenagers underwent initiation rites to become full members of the tribe. Trade between tribes provided access to rare resources like obsidian or salt. In the Neolithic, with the advent of agriculture, people began building permanent settlements, where social bonds grew even stronger. They worked together in the fields, defended their lands, and shared harvests. All of this helped people not only survive, but also build strong communities that became the foundation of our civilization. So friends, that's what life was like in the Stone Age. It was a time full of challenges, but also incredible discoveries. People of the Stone Age didn't just survive, they learned, invented, created, and dreamed. They laid the foundations for the world we live in today. Now imagine, if they had the chance to see our world, smartphones, airplanes, the internet, how amazed would they be? But perhaps they would be proud that their descendants have achieved so much. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'm already preparing new exciting stories for you. See you soon.